Hi, this is the Giggle Box, and we are going to be talking about the Suicide Squad. If you saw the first video where we unboxed the mystery mini characters from Suicide Squad, I mentioned that I had some questions about the movie. Some things that just left me asking why. So I'm hoping you, the viewers, can maybe shed some light, share your thoughts, leave some comments below that might answer these questions. But before we get into this, I am letting you know right now, there are spoilers. We are pretty much going to spoil the movie. So if you haven't seen it, maybe stop watching, go watch it, and then return, and then share your thoughts. But yes, we are going to be discussing the movie in great detail. Some major key points that I didn't understand why. Okay, so you have been warned. Spoilers. If you haven't seen it and don't want to know, come back later after you have seen it. Okay, so to start off, the movie begins with Amanda Waller. She is like head of the strike force. What do they call it?
Task Force X.
Yes. She is the head of this Task Force X. And she is trying to convince the rest of her task force, I guess, the chief commander and a bunch of other FBI agents. I think they're part of the FBI, or maybe they're just part of Gotham's crime force, whatever. But she's trying to convince them that she has a great idea in the event that somebody like Superman should come back and try to destroy the city again. Because when he battled Zod, he pretty much mowed down the entire city. And they don't want that to happen again. In the beginning, it shows that Deadshot and Boomerang, Captain Boomerang, are caught by the Flash and Batman. So, I mean, already they've been caught by two mighty superheroes. So why don't we just call up Flash and Batman and have them take down somebody like Superman? So Amanda Waller begins presenting her chosen criminals with special skills that she wants to be a part of this team. The first on her list is Deadshot. And this is pretty much how they introduce each character of the team. And it's funny because it really stood out to me because in the beginning it starts off with Deadshot. Boom! Will Smith. He gets his poster treatment because they did these really awesome posters for the marketing campaign. And it's pretty much that same artwork, but they slap that on the screen and then it shows him with all his stats, and then it goes through all the characters. Deadshot, Harley Quinn, same treatment. Captain Boomerang, stats, and then Rick Flag, he gets that treatment, I believe. They show him with all the things he can do, and then it just kind of stops all of a sudden. And then she says, "Oh yeah, and then we've got Diablo, he can do fire and whatnot, but he had a bad experience because he was out on the playground when all the guys were coming around him and they made him mad, so he self-combusted like Firestarter and just torched everybody." But they only show that in a video clip. Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Rick Flag, Captain Boomerang. Then Diablo, he gets a little bit. Then comes Killer Croc, which is also the same kind of setup. Just well, he looks scary, and he used to live in the sewer. I don't know if he always lived there, or if he went and hid there, or if he was the fifth Ninja Turtle, but the formula didn't work the same for him, and he was and they were just no, you can't be part of our team. How about you just stay here and we'll go hang out with Splinter. So they have him, and they show him just being angry, and he's fighting cops in the sewer, and then they eventually capture him. And then comes Enchantress. So my first question was, why didn't they just go with Batman and Flash from the beginning? And then my second question is, how come only these four dudes got a special title treatment? Maybe it's because they get top billing in the movie. It's Will Smith and Margot Robbie and Jai Courtney. So then the other dudes they just don't get anything? Is that because they're not top billed, or is it because their characters are not as fantastic as these other ones? You know, I mean, they still have great superpowers. I mean, Rick Flag, he's just a regular dude, but I guess he's a, like, commando of sorts. Then they have Enchantress. She has, like, this special power, and more powerful than anybody, really, and it's more, like, supernatural. She can, like, transport herself, like Nightcrawler, from one point to another, just really easily. And so they're really impressed with this group of people that she's assembled, and they're like, okay, let's do this. But then Enchantress has a completely different plan. She's mad. She's basically mad that Amanda Waller has kept her heart. She, like, has the Enchantress's heart in a lockbox. And that's how they control her, because she's basically vulnerable. She's like, she has all this power that she can use, but they control her with their heart, because, like, if you defy us, we will crush this heart and kill you. But Enchantress doesn't want that, so she turns into the bad guy. So now she is this super evil being. And even at this point, I'm thinking, okay, super evil being. Maybe we take Deadshot, maybe Pyro, or not Pyro, that's X-Men.
Diablo.
Maybe we take Deadshot, maybe we take Diablo, Killer Croc. You know, these dudes, they are tough. So, I mean, yeah, let's get those three dudes and go battle this evil witch. And maybe let's call up the Flash. Let's call up Batman again. You know, let's get some real superheroes out here. Because, yeah, I mean, Harley Quinn, she's got a bat, but, you know, she's crazy.
She doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, she's just crazy and is good with a bat. And Rick Flag, he's like a good soldier, but I don't know, against a super being like this, all of a sudden this team just doesn't seem like... So I guess really is Suicide Squad, because they're pretty much all going to die. So once they assemble the group, they have all their chosen people. Before they send them out, they inject them all with little tiny micro bombs, kind of like in the shape of a tablet or a pill. They inject it into their neck so that if they try to escape, because they're criminals, they can activate it and just blow them up. My next question, now we've introduced all the characters, or so you think, which also brings me to this right here, which I think I touched on in the last video a little bit. Who is missing in this pop collection? Any guesses? Well, we're going to talk about him right now. So the team has been put together. They get on this chopper. Oh, and by the way, they get on the chopper, and that's when Katana shows up. Katana didn't have any kind of other story, I guess because she's not a criminal.
Yeah, she's not a criminal.
So Rick Flag on the fly just gave her a call. He's like, hey, Katana, you do anything today? No, not really, just slicing up people. Hey, kid, you want to come with us and slice up some demons? All right, cool, I'll be there. So then she shows up on the helicopter, just out of the blue. She's there. And he's like, hey, dudes, this is Katana. Hey, how's it going? All right, so now she's there. We got the whole team now, and they fly in with the chopper, which gets attacked, crashes, explodes. Pretty much everybody dies except for the Suicide Squad. They come out of there. And then they're walking through the city, and all of a sudden, Slipknot shows up. Just like there. Like, I think he was there earlier, but didn't even remember it. Like, so short. But now Slipknot's there, and he's like, hey, dudes, I'm here. And it's, to me, it really felt more like they're walking through the city, and then all of a sudden, Slipknot just shows up, and he, like, bumps into Rick Flag by accident. Oh, like, oh, hey. Oh, hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Seeing you here. Yeah, hey, what are you guys doing? And he's like, hey, we're about to go fight some demons. You want to help us? And he's like, what? Demons? No, I'm not doing that. I was actually going to go to the zoo today. Go have some fun. He's like, no, you fight demons. No, I don't want to. So he's like, I'm getting out of here. And he, like, gets his grappling hook, and he's like, Psh! And he shoots it up to the thing. You know, here's a better example. Let's just say Slipknot wakes up. He's like, oh. He opens the door. He comes out. What a beautiful day it is today. I think I'll go for a walk. Actually, I think I'm going to go to the zoo. So he's like, he walks. So here comes Slipknot. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, hey, Harley Quinn, how's it going? On here's Rick Flag. Hey, Slipknot, how you doing? Oh yeah, pretty good. What you guys doing? Oh, we were just on our way to go kill the Enchantress and fight some demons. Oh, well, fantastic. You guys have fun with that. No, actually, I want you to be a part of this. No, I think I'll pass on this one. I'm gonna go to the zoo. No, you stay here with us and you. No, I don't want to. Yes. You stay here with us and come and fight demons. No, I don't think so. I'm gonna get out of here. So he pulls out his little gun. And he spring loads. Let's like say he's jumping up here to this thing. I'm getting away! Woohoo! Look at me! I'm like Spider-Man! Whooshoo! So he's like up on the tower. I'm getting away! And that's when he says, "No, you're not. I asked you to help us, and now you won't. You're gonna pay." And so what does he do? He triggers the charge that obviously somewhere along the line he put in his head. No! His hair flies off first. And then his head goes boom. So he gets his head blown off in like 2 minutes. Why is that? Why? He was in the marketing campaign. They spent time in designing posters for this guy. And he's in the movie, I'd say, all of maybe 2 minutes. They didn't say anything about him. They didn't even talk about him. All the other guys at least got a little bit of something. Even if they didn't get a massive title treatment, Diablo and Killer Croc still got a little bit of backstory. Mm-hmm. Slipknot got nothing.
He just showed up.
He was just there. He was he accidentally crossed them in passing. He should have gone down the different alleyway to the zoo because he would have been alive. I mean, maybe he had a full hour of footage and they were like, dude, we got to cut this movie down. It's way too long. Okay. What about Slipknot's story? No one cares about that. Get rid of that. So they just cut a huge chunk of film out. Woo! Okay, that movie's 2 hours now. We're good. If you have any thoughts on this, please share below. Okay, so now let's skip past most of the other stuff. A lot of the other stuff was really cool. They had a shootout and everything. Deadshot took out pretty much everybody. That was pretty awesome. Diablo didn't do much. He was kind of hiding in the corner because he didn't want to use his powers yet. But anyway, so let's get to the end. So my next question is when they get to the office building and they have to go save Amanda Waller. She's up there. She's watching everything unfold from her headquarter point. She's up in the headquarters base with all these video cameras and stuff. And she's up there, and I think she must be trapped or something because the demons that Enchantress is creating, these bubble-wrapped, oily creatures, they have no faces. They're just bubbles. She takes all the army people that have come into the city and they change. So now they're her henchmen, and I think they're taking over the tower. So they get into the tower. Deadshot has this little line. He's like, when I put on my mask, people die. Which I don't understand why he's just putting it on now, because there was a much better battle before in the alleyway where he could have put it on, but he didn't. So that was kind of disappointing. I think he should have worn his mask a little bit more. It was really cool looking. But anyway, so they take out the demons in there. They get into the office. They save Amanda Waller. And right as they're about to leave, she guns down all the other people that were in there working with her. They were all typing up stuff and watching video, recording video, documenting the whole event. And before she leaves, all of them. Why'd you do that? I think Rick Flag even asks that. Why did you do? She says, well, they weren't supposed to know any of this. Then why'd you even bring him in there? Well, I mean, couldn't you have had him maybe sign a non-disclosure agreement right before you hire these dudes? Hey, just so you know, you're going to see some stuff, hear some stuff, and I can't have you telling anybody. So you need to keep your mouth shut. Just sign this paper that you understand that. Instead of, hey guys, you guys gonna come work for me? All right, cool. I'm happy to have you. Come in. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, you weren't supposed to know any of this. And I guess because she's part of the task force, she can get away with that. I didn't understand that quite because, I mean, even in the end, she's like sitting there having lunch with Batman and like, hey, remember that thing? Don't even worry about it. It's like, it's not a big deal. Don't even worry about it.
No one cared about those guys anyway.
Okay, whatever. So, any thoughts on that? If you have any thoughts on that, let me know in the comments below. The last thing that just really bothered me about this movie, they get to the final showdown, and Enchantress is there, and just like her parents, Zool and Cusco, she is putting on the special performance like Zool did in Ghostbusters. She's standing there with a big cloud of smoke and rays of light all behind her. And to honor her father Cusco, she's wearing his hat. If you've seen the movie, explain this to me. Why? We have our Suicide Squad walk up, and instead of being the dark and gritty, all crackling and dirty, you know, Enchantress from the cave, you know, do it my bidding. Instead of having that, which is just super creepy and would be scary, she is, I guess she's presented there as June Moon, the character that Rick Flag is in love with, the girl he's trying to save. But she's there as her own self instead of being possessed by Enchantress. And she's beautiful. She's standing there in this gown and she's wearing Cusco's hat. And instead of being threatening or menacing, she's like, hey, how's it going, guys? I'm glad you found me. Well, I'm going to take over the city. I'm going to destroy everybody. And they're like they're threatened by this for some reason. I don't get it. I mean, why would you be scared of that? Hey guys, I'm really scary. Come here, I'm gonna destroy you. That's not even threatening. I mean, I'd be like, what? You what? Wouldn't you just for a second, if you were Deadshot, just turn to Harley Quinn and be like, what? Seriously? Is that's the threat that is threatening to destroy the city? I just sat there in disbelief. Like, really? This is really happening? And I mean, the funniest thing was the hat. She was wearing Cusco's hat. That is basically it. Those are my thoughts. Those are my questions. Why? Why did we not give all the characters the same introduction? Why did Slipknot have to die so quickly?
Why didn't they call Batman and Flash?
Why didn't they call those superheroes? I mean, they were there. Why did she gun down all the associates in her office? And why? Oh, why? Did Enchantress think it was threatening to dance while she was reading off her list of demands? This is just my opinion, but to me that was not threatening. Especially the hat. If you disagree, or if you share the same thoughts, if there's anything else that you thought was off or didn't make sense, share in the comments below. I would love to hear it. Love to hear your thoughts on the movie. I mean, we liked it. We liked it for the most part. There were just some things there that we feel either could have been done differently or they could have added more, you know, like Slipknot. Why? Please explain to me why. Why did he not get any kind of screen time? It was like he was a cameo.
There was really no point for him being in it.
Yeah, there wasn't really. He didn't get to contribute anything. besides trying to escape. I guess he sacrificed himself so that the rest of the Suicide Squad would know that Rick Flag was serious about trying to escape. Like, you don't want to end up like him. I will blow your head off. Okay, that's going to be it for today. We've shared our thoughts. Share yours below. If you liked it, like it, and we will see you next time.
I'm gonna destroy you.